I guess when you're talking about heel bone spurs in general, there's typically two that you're talking about. It's either going to be in the back of the heel or the bottom. And there are different issues going on. Kind of get into what maybe the underlying cause is, which is very similar for both. But essentially a bone spur is oftentimes the body's reaction to stress. And in that situation, it's either going to be where the Achilles connects to the heel bone or where the plantar fascia connects to the heel bone. The heel spur can be painful. It can be just there radiographically and not necessarily the source of the pain, but more so, again, an indication that something's going on from a stress standpoint in that area, causing the body's reaction to form a bone spur. So the heel spur itself is not going to necessarily heal or go away on its own. Again, it's a sign that something else is going on. I think the bigger issue is trying to address the underlying cause. So, for example, if you have a heel spur in the back of the heel, which can be painful with shoe wear or prominence, and people come in all the time saying it's this bone spur causing me pain, but really it's more so the Achilles tendon that's inflamed or is seeing some wear and tear that's ultimately resulted in this bone spur that's forming, which is your body's response to constant stress, whether it be from a tight calf muscle or overactivity or previous injury. This bone spur can form. So the spur itself may or may not always be there. It's more so trying to get the tendon pain or the ligament pain or whatever the bone spur is to improve, to ultimately relieve your symptoms. But I tell people, prominence because of these bone spurs, that's going to be there. And if it's causing issues with shoe wear, sometimes you just need to get the bone spur out to alleviate that issue. So bone spurs generally do not go away. They're the body's response to stress from overactivity or a tight muscle group or different etiologies. But essentially the bone spur is, again, an indication that something else is going on. So the only way to actually get rid of a bone spur is to remove the bone spur, and what goes into that depends on where that bone spur is at. But generally, if it's tolerated, a bone spur isn't going to cause issues and doesn't need to have anything done to it as long as it's not causing daily issues. So the time to see an orthopedic specialist is really when a bone spur or the pain associated with it causes daily dysfunction. You've maybe tried some different shoe wear options. You've maybe tried some little offloading felt pads. You've modified activity. Maybe you've tried some stretches, anti-inflammatories, things like that, and you're just not getting anywhere or making progress. So at that point, maybe it's worth seeing a specialist and trying to understand what exactly is going on here. What is the cause of this bone spur? Is there anything else that could be causing this? And then ultimately figuring out a plan from there.